appreciate you visiting our website. Obviously, if you're looking at the do-it-yourselfer category of it, you are a do-it-yourselfer, or at least you're entertaining that idea. To start the stage, to set the stage, bear with me. This video is going to take about 6-7 minutes. I'm going to tell you a true story about my ex-mother-in-law, Betty. She was raised in an English castle, never picked up a tool in her life. At her age, about 70 years old, back years ago when I first started working with do-it-yourself kits, I made up an instruction sheet, gave her a kit of equipment, which back then was a lot more complicated than it is today. And I said, please don't ask your husband for help and don't come knocking on my door. This is strictly your project. This 70-year-old grandma installed it and had it operating in 45 seconds, not 45 minutes. What we're going to demonstrate to you right now is the entire installation of your basic alarm system. So we're not going to leave anything out. We're not going to cut and paste. I've seen other videos where the guy says, oh yeah, it's just minutes, but I know it's really 45 minutes and he'll tell you the whole story. But we're going to show you everything you need to know. We pre-program everything. Everything's preset. You just plug and play. It's as simple as that. The only thing you're going to have to put in is your personal PIN number. And I'm going to show you how to do that. It takes less than 30 seconds. And when we're all done, you're going to see that this is the simplest way to protect yourself. And because it's do-it-yourself and simple, there's going to be less cost involved. There's only going to be minutes to install it. And these systems are so totally flexible and expandable, which we'll get into at another time. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and go through the installation. We'll introduce you to the products. This is the master control. It's going to sit on some kind of table or counter. It needs to plug into the AC and a telephone jack. You got a little key fob. You can either put it in your pocket, hang it on the wall, put it by your nightstand. It'll turn the system on and off. You got door transmitters that will protect your doors. And then you got an interior motion detector, which will pick up, the inside of your house if anybody should be walking around. So I'm going to set my timer, and we're going to go ahead and literally tape how long it takes to install this alarm system. And notice, I'm not going to be running. I'm not going to be, in a hurry. I'm going to take my time, and you just follow what I'm doing. The one thing you may not notice is I'm going to use these alcohol swabs that come with it, because these units do stick in place with double-sided tape. And you do need to have a clean surface. So I'm going to clean all the surfaces first, and then we're going to go ahead and install the equipment. So if you're ready, I'm going to turn on the timer and go. First of all, on the back of the control panel, when you receive it, you notice these two red leads sticking out of the back. Just pull them out. That's a male-female connection. Just literally stick it together. If you hear a little bong, perfectly all right. You've now hooked up the battery to the system, so it's powered up. You take your AC transformer, plug it in. You're powered up. Now the unit comes from the factory with a code, but obviously you need to set your own code. But we're going to do that in a minute. Right now we're going to use the factory code. It's 1234. And what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the test mode, so as we install things, you're going to hear like a little doorbell chime to let you know, okay, it's working. So all we're going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, test. Okay? So now we're going to take the units and we're going to go. First we're going to clean what we need to clean with the little alcohol swab. Now, most of your doors, you're going to be up on the doorknob side. So clean up on top, clean the wooden frame around it. I'm going to put my motion detector in this corner, so as high as I can reach. I'm going to clean that. And the wall, make sure there's no kitchen grease or anything, smoke on there. And I'm going to do the back door. You can either follow me or not. I'm doing the back door. Just going to clean that surface and clean here. Very important to make sure it's clean. If the surface is clean, the sticky tape will last forever. If it's not, it won't. Okay. When you take apart your transmitters, you'll notice on the side there's a label. This says back door. We'll do that in a minute. This says front door. So we're going to do the front door. There's double-sided tape on the back. You just take the, feel it, stick it in place. Simple as that. The back of the transmitter, peel it. Now the side with the sticker needs to face the magnet. So make sure that's over here where the magnet is. Number one, down. We'll do the back door. Peel the tape. Stick the magnet. Peel the tape, and again observe the label. So the label faces the magnet. Number two down. Now we'll do the motion detector. That's got tape on it also. All those beeps you're hearing are the test beeps of these units saying, hey, I'm working. Ready to go to work for you. Pick a corner. Go as high up as you possibly can. And stick it in place. Systems installed. Now, with your system, you'll be getting an owner's operating pamphlet, which has everything in it. You'll be getting the installation book, which has got more in it than you need. But you've basically seen, in a matter of 3-4 minutes, how all the components got installed. One thing we need to do now is set up your personal PIN number. And it's basically a 2-step program. And it's very simple, so just watch what I do. From the factory, they have a number preset, and they hope that you change it. So burglars that break in don't know this equipment, don't use the factory number. So we're going to change it. The factory preset number is 1234. So we're going to enter 1, 2, 3, 4, test. You'll see the test light come on. And you can do it a second time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Test. Now to change your personal PIN, that's a operation 99. So you're going to hit 99 home, and then put in a code. I'll put in 32680, and then I'm going to hit away. And then I hit star to clear the keypad. I hit off for a moment or two, and now let's see if my new number works. 32680. Test. And it works. 32680. Test is off. That's the only thing that you'll have to program in the whole unit. It's been already set up, you know, for the monitoring service. It's already set up for all the units to talk to it and make it play, so you don't have to do anything else. Last thing we got to do is test it to the central station. So I'm going to put it in the home mode. In the home mode, that means, no, I'm sorry, in the away mode. That means that everything, you know, will be turned on. When you're in the home mode, the motion detector isn't turned on because it doesn't know if you get up in the middle of the night to walk around. So I'm going to use my code, 32680. I'm going to go in the away mode. Now this beeping is going to beep for about 40 seconds. That's telling you you have time to get out. If for some reason you get distracted, the phone rings, something goes on, and then all of a sudden you stop hearing the beep, don't walk out the door because you're going to trip the alarm. But this is just indicating you have time to leave. Okay, so we're now armed, and we're in the away mode. So when I come home and I come through the back door, it's going to give me time to come in. But just for demo purposes, I'm going to go ahead and walk through the motion detector and let it trip the alarm. I basically put in my code and put the off button, shut the alarm system down. Now any minute, you'll notice this thing blinking. That's telling you what tripped the alarm. And it says motion detector. So when you come home, if you've had a false alarm and that's blinking, you know something inside the house moved, wiggled, whatever, and tripped the alarm. But when that alarm goes to the central station, they also know that it was the motion detector that tripped the alarm. Yogi Bear. Yeah, we were just testing the alarm after we installed it, so we're up and running. You can put us into service. Thank you very much. So like some of our paperwork had discussed, if you have read it already, Yogi Bear is just a code that I chose that the whole family would use in the event there was a false alarm. So now the central station knows I'm an authorized user and I can go ahead and cancel the alarm without a problem. If I wasn't an authorized user, you wouldn't have been able to give them Yogi Bear, and they would have called the police, and alarm system would have done its job. So, one of the things that we'll make a point of is once you purchase the kit, you're going to get a link to another video which will go into a lot more depth. We just wanted to show how simple the installation is. The unit has a lot more features, a lot more options, a lot more expandability, and we go through that on the installation tape. So in the future, you can go ahead and add those things. One last thought, food for thought. Why do it yourself? Why spend money that you don't want to spend? The industry has found that once you sign up for monitoring, they have you for life, because it makes sense. Why would you not want to protect yourself tomorrow when you want to protect yourself today? So the bottom line is, in the course of, let's just take the next 30 years of your life, whether it's this system or you move or you put in another system, you're going to continue to be monitored for fire and panic and burglary and latchkey kids and aged parents at home. I mean, there's a million things you can do. If an alarm installing company comes and installs a system and then charges you what the going rate is out there, in 30 years you'll spend over $15,000. Doing it yourself, it's going to save you a ton of money. You'll wind up spending about $5,000. So is this kind of a no-brainer? Why do you want to spend $10,000 for the exact same thing? Monitoring is monitoring. Rubber tires are rubber tires. I mean, whether they go on a Volkswagen, they go on a Cadillac, that same tire is still a rubber tire. And that's how the monitoring is. The company that we use, Security Central out of North Carolina, they are the most professional monitoring company there is. I've built my own station years ago. I visited many companies, and this is the company that I use and will always use because of their professionalism and their backup systems and you name it, they got everything. So monitoring is monitoring, and that's what you're really investing in. When you're not home, the smoke detector can still call the fire department, so you're protecting your property. If you go to work and leaving an aged mom by herself, she can hit a button, call an ambulance. If you got kids that come home from school before you come home from work, latchkey kids, they can use the alarm system. So there's a lot of different situations you can use it, and obviously for the investment, it's well worth it. Plus, depending on your insurance company, you'll get anywhere from 10 to 20% off. And quite frankly, you'll get that percentage off because it's an alarm, a monitored alarm. Not because you did it or they did it, it's the same percentage off. So again, why waste more money? So we appreciate your time. Obviously, if you have any questions, feel free to email or call, and we're looking forward to protecting your family. Thank you.